Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, full disclosure, I've actually never, ever even thought about playing that song before about 7 minutes ago. So, anyways, I had to come up with something. That was it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living on the edge of student loan justice. And I'm doing something new with my lighting here tonight, if you can't tell in the background, but also in front of me, my lights are strange. Let me see if I can fix that. Anyways, here we are, guys. This is it. If you have any questions or comments, throw them out on Facebook or Twitter. And if I can see them, I will very gladly respond to them. So here we are on December 14th, ladies and gentlemen. On December 15th, according to the congressional calendar, the House wraps up their year of work. Now, if you're new to the group, welcome. We're fighting tooth and nail right now for the return of bankruptcy protections to student loans. It's a long story, but no matter what you want to see happen with your student loans, whether you want cancellation, a break on interest, or some other interesting solution, none of those things are going to happen unless and until we get the leverage of constitutionally enshrined bankruptcy rights returned to these loans as they exist for all other loans in this country. Whether you would ever file for bankruptcy is not important. Frankly, few people will have to file. Maybe even no one should have to file. Just getting the leverage back is what is so important to fix this crooked system. So we've got two bills in the Senate, S-2598, bipartisan, in the House, HR 9110. These are perfectly positioned bills. They're bipartisan. If they were brought to a vote, they would pass both the House and the Senate with flying colors. So this has been the laser focus of our group since well before Biden's feckless, and now it appears failing, possibly will never happen, loan cancellation gimmick. And so we are fully 100% on board with student loan cancellation. Frankly, it's got to happen. In fact, the concept of student loan cancellation by executive order started right here on this group in August 2019, before anybody was talking about student loan cancellation by executive order. We were interviewed by Vice News about it, and then subsequently we started a petition that grew to hundreds of thousands of signatures calling for the president to cancel federally owned student loans by executive order. And lo and behold, Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer picked up the thing. And lo and behold, a few months ago, we heard Biden, a sitting president, actually call for student loan cancellation by executive order. So we have a lot to be maybe proud of. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Biden's cancellation was feckless and stupid in the first place. And here it may not even happen. We knew this would happen, guys, and we told everybody. This thing is going to amount to almost nothing for almost everyone, and absolutely nothing for many, if not most. And now it's even worse than that. It's going to turn out to be absolutely nothing, possibly, for not only many or most, but everyone. It may not even happen, depending on how the courts handle that. I can go into the nitty-gritty of that if you want, but guys, it doesn't matter. What matters is getting the leverage of bankruptcy returned. Only with the threat of bankruptcy are we going to have any kind of power. And that's the most important truth I will tell you tonight. So back to our bills. As I'm sitting here right now tonight, it would appear that tomorrow is going to be the House's last day in session. I haven't heard otherwise. In fact, me and my little network of friends who are keenly interested in this question, we also cannot find anywhere whether the House is going to extend their legislative session or not. Maybe it's on the news right now and I missed it. I don't know. So right now, the working assumption is that today was the last day that we could realistically have any meaningful impact on whether or not our bills get rushed through both House and Senate at the 11th hour or not. So we are on the edge, we are on the edge, as I was trying to bang out on the piano there. So I wish I had some actual news for you one way or the other. We're in close contact with both the House and the Senate. I'm not getting any meaningful information from any of my sources. I the only thing I did get today was an email from a key congressional staffer asking if I had time to talk on the phone. And I said, yes, I've got all kinds of time. Here's my number. I haven't heard from him since. So something's going on, to be sure. Some kind of sausage is being made. Whether it's going to be good for us or not remains to be seen. And by the way, I want to thank everybody out there who is kicking ass. I can tell you guys are doing great compared to weeks or months or even years in the past. We are overwhelming stuff. Like, we got at least 2 calls in on C-SPAN today. And 6 o'clock this morning seems like a week ago to me right now because time is like compressed or something. I can't remember who got those calls in. Jackie in Texas. Jackie, we salute you. There was another caller as well. I'm not sure. Can't remember who it was. But good on Jackie for getting that call in early today on C-SPAN. Yesterday, we got 3 calls into C-SPAN. They were like, hey, is this like a coordinated attempt? And, but I think some other callers have been calling in as well who saw the film that we were featured in on Sunday night, Blake Zeff's, I would say, masterpiece and perfectly timed documentary called Lone Wolves. If you have not seen this film, you need to check it out. It's on Peacock. I think you can get like a month membership for like $5 or something like that. So, but yeah, guys, I've just been thrilled with all the effort that I've seen out there. Could be more, should be more. Quite frankly, if even 10% of the people on our group would have stepped up like a month ago, this problem would be long since solved. But welcome to public participation on the internet. Something about Facebook, something about Twitter. People are like, oh, I think I'll just pick and choose what I want to do. And I've been telling people over and over, and you guys have heard it, this is your problem. Your livelihood hangs on the balance of what happens with these bills. If these bills don't pass, we're going to be thrown back into the wilderness for who knows how long. The last time the Democrats betrayed us in 2010, we were wandering in the woods, in the wilderness for 12 years. It's 2022 now, so it's been 12 years. We don't know, guys. We're going to go back to gridlock. And things do not look very good at all for getting bankruptcy through with a Republican Congress. We've got people like Jim Jordan of Ohio running the House Judiciary Committee. And we've got literally the most evil, vile person on earth on student loans in Congress, on the student loan problem, chairing the Education and Workforce Committee in the House, Virginia Fox. So this was our shot. The Democrats had a very long-standing commitment, a promise, an oath to us to return bankruptcy. And if I'm sitting here tomorrow, guys, and the bill isn't passed and the House has gone home, that will be it for us. And we will be thrown back into the woods, into the wilderness. So that's the reality, guys. We have, I guess, 24 more hours, I suppose. Like, how hard can we hit Congress tomorrow morning and actually be able to affect a decision to act on their part? I don't know. But we are in this fight, and you should be in this fight to the bitter end until there's absolutely no hope. Because until there is absolutely no hope, there is a lot of hope. And guys, we are, like I said, we're right on the edge. And who knows? If the House were to go home, and I'm not even sure if this could work. No, I mean, we could maybe see a rider put into that omnibus bill, but again, if the House goes home tomorrow after tomorrow, then that will mean that the omnibus bill was voted on and passed by the end of tomorrow. So I don't know, guys. It's still all up in the air. The House may very well extend their session. They've done it in the past. They do it pretty frequently, actually, pretty regularly. So, anyways, guys, this is your battle. These are your loans, and I can only hope that you keep fighting with us, because I mean, this is the white hot part of the fight. We don't know, but so I know I sound kind of muddled and confused right now, and that's because my mind is muddled and I am confused. I mean, it's just the nature of the problem where we are at. I wish I had some better information for you, but that's what I have. Some other people have reported to us that as of yesterday, congressional staff told them that they were in what sounded like kind of emergency meetings and stuff about this legislation. I think the film helped a lot as well. Lone Wolves on Peacock. Check it out. So anyways, I'm going to look for your comments now, and any thoughts, comments, editorial opinions you might have or otherwise. Let's hear them. So, and let me just say, while I'm trying to fucking get this thing to work, let me just say, did we not kick the shit out of this problem in the past 2 years? Like, we were wandering around Iowa begging candidates like, Biden and Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, John Delaney, who is supposed to be the best guy in the field. He went nowhere. Andrew Yang. Yeah, we got to know all these people, by the way. We got to know them quite well. We marched shoulder to shoulder with Bernie, and we chatted with Joe Biden many times and his campaign manager. We did. But we were nowhere. 2.5 years ago in Iowa, we were nowhere. And we came from being nowhere to being on the verge of passing our bankruptcy bills and actually having a sitting president declaring a student loan cancellation by executive order. So we have a huge amount to be proud of. And everybody out there who is doing the, maybe not hard, but maybe the unpleasant or grunt-like work day in and day out to get us all those things, you all are freaking studs, and you should be very proud of yourselves. And I'm proud of you. And I don't like to throw the word hero around too liberally, but we're it, guys. We did that, and we deserve a pat on the back. So good job, everyone. Even if it's all for naught and we get thrown back into the gutter tomorrow. I'm trying to keep some levity in all of this. I've been fighting on Twitter all day. There's one thing. I'm not sure who I hate worse, the evil people in the bureaucrats and the bankers and all the shady, seedy lobbyists that sneak around in the background, or whether it's these hand-wringing, supposedly on our side academics who are like, yeah, I got my PhD in law from Harvard and I'm on the student side, and oh, look at this Department of Education guidance on bankruptcy. Isn't it just the neatest thing since sliced bread? Is complete bullshit. These academics get their paychecks from a college or a university, and these colleges and universities get their money from the student loan program. And quite frankly, if our bills are defeated, if they are not passed this session, there is one very key interest group that we have to blame, and that is the HBCUs, the historically black colleges and universities. And I'm very sorry to have to tell you that. Maybe it was a couple of other, like, quote unquote, civil rights groups. I don't know specifically which ones, but I do know that the HBCUs actively opposed our legislation to the great to their great discredit, but more to the point, to the great harm of African American student loan borrowers everywhere. Like, come on, man. What is that? What was that? Anyways, I'm not going to go throwing around the fingers of blame quite yet tonight. We'll have time to give credit where credit is due and discredit where discredit is due. Elizabeth Warren. We will have time to do that in the coming days and weeks if needed. But I'm still hoping for the best, guys. I mean, truly, anything could still happen. And keep your own eye out to see if to see if the House of Representatives extends their session or not. That's going to be really key. If they extend their session, that's kind of a new lease on life for us. If they do not, I don't know, guys. I don't know. So Vanjie Unruh says, what do you mean? What kind of emergency meetings? Lisa actually could. I'm getting that from Lisa, and I see Lisa here tonight. Maybe not emergency meetings, but Lisa said that staffers at various legislators' offices were saying that I think their communications teams were having sort of impromptu meetings about the legislation or something like that. So we've definitely caused a stir, and that's a really very good thing. But I will say no more. And right now I'm just trying to see all of your comments. And whichever way this thing does go, guys, remember, we're not going anywhere. We own this lending system. In the final analysis, we, the borrowers, hold the gold. And the golden rule, he who holds the gold makes the rules, or whatever they say. We hold that gold, that $1.6 trillion. First of all, it's monopoly money. But second of all, it doesn't even exist. But most importantly, that money comes from us if it comes from anywhere. And that is the final lever of power that matters. And we hold that lever firmly in our hands. Don't forget that. So, okay, Lisa, I see Lisa's answering your question there. Hey, Evelyn Larry Ferris is with us tonight. Hey, Evelyn. Who else was it that got on C-SPAN today? I can't remember. Christina Wynn says, I won't give up fighting either. Good, exactly. And what else? What are we going to do? Like all of a sudden not fight? I mean, the problem isn't solved as of right now. So it's kind of like we're not going anywhere until the problem is solved, period. Whether we wake up tomorrow to a Christmas miracle and the problem is solved, or whether something else happens and we're still here. We're still here, guys. So Rob Miller says, we aren't going anywhere. Thank you, Ellen. Well, thank you, Rob. Rob is one of our tried and true years-long troopers on this group. And so, yeah, and I don't want to start throwing accolades around quite yet. But, if I had to name everybody who really moved the needle forward for us, I'd be here all night. There's thousands, frankly, tens, maybe arguably hundreds of thousands of, arguably millions of people have helped us get to where we are today. But I don't count signing a petition as really, that doesn't count. I would say tens of thousands of people have actually gone above and beyond and actually tried to fight this fight. So good for you. Jackie says, that wasn't me. That was the other caller. Oh, right. There was two callers on today. Who was that other caller? Man, who was it? Was it, I don't know. I can't remember. I could maybe re-roll the tape or something. Wendy? Oh, you didn't miss much, are you, Genio? I just played a really, really, really bad impromptu version of an Aerosmith song, Living on the Edge. We're it, guys. So we did that. But where we are at, I won't repeat myself too much. We still don't know what's going on with our legislation. Supposedly the House leaves for Christmas at the end of the day tomorrow. I think that's going to depend on them getting that omnibus bill in, though. So pay attention to the news, guys. If they haven't passed the omnibus bill yet, then they are going to extend the session. And I think on balance, that's probably a good thing for us because frankly, I don't know that there's enough time on the calendar to even get the House moving on anything at this point. Oh, that's right. It was Sophia. I believe it was Sophia Keller. I don't think it was Sophia Vacuums. I think it was Sophia Keller that was calling from Seattle. I think the other Sophia's in Texas. Yeah. Anyways, but the other Sophia used to live in Washington, so who knows? Maybe her phone was, but it didn't sound like her though. Anyways, so yeah, guys, we are right on the edge, and you know, if you are restless and you need something useful to do that's actually useful, go to our website and do I'm going to say 2 months worth of our daily actions. You need a Twitter account, and you can make phone calls. You can call Congress right now, by the way. You can call any member of Congress right now as we speak and leave a message, more than likely. You can do that right now. But absolutely do a month worth of our daily actions. You know, getting those tweets retweeted is very important. And being creative and clever. Who knows? It may dawn on you that you have a special little way to connect and make a strong point with a sitting senator or congressman. You know, do everything that you can possibly think of, put it that way, to get S-2598 and HR 9110 passed. That's everything, guys. So I'm seeing a lot of comments here. I don't know if I can really respond to them all. A little back and forth between people. I left messages today, and in Nositol, they stay in session until they pass. Oh, yeah, I say they stay in session until they pass our bills too, Christina. I'm with you. You cannot go home for Christmas until you return bankruptcy to student loans. That would be, I think that's very appropriate, quite frankly. Vanjie says, C-SPAN put Jackie in Texas. Check it out if you're watching on Facebook. Look up and down on our group, and you can see all of our freaking super soldiers on C-SPAN just tearing it up. But Vanjie says that the C-SPAN guy put Jackie on the spot and asked her about whether our calls are orchestrated. Oh, how would I like you to respond in the future? Oh, say whatever you want. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. The default is just tell the truth. We've always told the truth on this group. Why stop now? You know what Ed said? Ed was asked the very same question yesterday, and he said, yeah, I'm part of a group, over 1 million people, studentloanjustice.org. But also, this great documentary came out nationally on Sunday, Lone Wolves, on Peacock. Make sure to say that. That also certainly has gotten a lot of people very motivated about this legislation. So yeah, guys. Oh, Jackie says, my response would be that there's 45 million directly responsible and many more indirectly affected. It's a huge issue. That's right. Jackie pretty much just blew that question right off and went right back into making her points. And I appreciate that. It's hard for me to just not answer somebody's question and instead just say what I wanted to say. But I appreciate people who can do that. It takes a strong will to be like, to do that. Yeah, it was Sophia Keller. You're right. It was the other person. And Lisa Onsell also says, tweet out the trailer of Lone Wolves to your representative and demand their action. Yeah, I agree. And actually, if you go to our daily actions, you'll see the Lone Wolves trailer tweeted about over the past week or two, many times, multiple times, if not like 4 or 5 times. So doing our daily actions is, like, in my humble opinion, by far and away the most effective, useful, constructive, and good use of your time that will actually move the needle in our direction. So, all right, guys, stay tuned, guys. Everything I think we'll know something. I think this time tomorrow, either we will have bad news, or we will still be on the dance floor, or maybe we'll even have good news. I don't know. Time will tell. But don't sit there and wait and watch and worry. This stuff is not happening in a vacuum, guys. In fact, right now, who knows? Like I said, you could be the one person that makes that key connect via Twitter or a phone call or an email, or who knows, or a friend of a friend, or a governor's lover somewhere who can whisper in his ear or something. Who knows how you might reach out and touch some of the decision makers. So the key 5 or so decision makers, elected officials that really, really, really matter right now are Jerry Nadler, David Cicilline. Those 2 guys are key guys in the House. Also, Nancy Pelosi in the House. So there's 3. And of less priority because of the calendar, Senator Dick Durbin and leader Chuck Schumer. Key people. Beyond that, I've been tagging the White House HBCUs today and putting their feet to the fire about their opposition, about their unconscionable opposition to our bills. I've also been sort of calling out Senator Elizabeth Warren here and there. Beyond that, I would say your own senators, your own 2 senators, and your own member of Congress would be good people to hit. I see Lisa has some very unflattering things to say about Virginia Fox, FOXX. I will leave it to the curious reader to see her comments without repeating them. Standing with you all till we cross the finish line together. I love it. Jackie, I'm here fiercely fighting till we get justice. Jackie is, I think, pound for pound, the fiercest fighter on this group. I mean, you need to see her on Twitter. It is a sight to behold. I'm like, whoa. Screen after Jackie is just tearing it up. So, okay, guys, I see all the kind words. I appreciate it all. A lot of people on this group deserve our thanks, but I think most people on this group, rather than thanking them, they would much prefer that you thank them by putting your nose to the grindstone and doing our daily actions. Truly, guys. We are still on the edge. The future is still not set as of right now, December 14th. What time is it? 6:54 p.m. Central Time. So 7:54 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:54 p.m. Pacific Time. So we have got a major snowstorm coming in here tonight in northern Wisconsin. So I think I'm going to sign off for now. Check back frequently, guys. Things are changing by the hour, it would seem. And as soon as I get any new information, I will certainly share it with you all. On Facebook and on Twitter are the 2 places where I really, where the action is. So, okay, guys, keep going, keep fighting, and hopefully we'll get a Christmas miracle, eh? Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Godspeed. God bless.